This is a good one. Paranormal investigators are all too familiar with spirits, knowing those who have passed away just might return, especially throughout the show Kindred Spirits. Here to tell us more about the third season premiere are paranormal investigators Amy Bruni and Adam Berry. Good morning, guys.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Did you ever think that this would maybe last, all right, maybe we'll go a season. Maybe we'll go 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, I mean, we were, you know, they always say when you're doing season 1, they're like, well, you got to get season 2. Season 2, you got to get season 3.
Sure.
So now they're like, now you got season 4. You got to get season 4. It's never good enough.
I never thought we'd do, I mean, I never, who knows what's going to happen?
Right.
You never know.
Okay, talk about the fans, because there are shows on TV where fans, you know, you like the show, you watch it all the time, but then shows like this, people go berserk for. I'm sure when you're out, everybody has a story to tell you, like I saw something,
Yes.
something's in my house, something's
Yeah.
here, something's... How do you react to that, and what is it like meeting those people face to face?
Well, I mean,
Is it scary? Is it scarier than doing the show?
Sometimes it can be.
Sometimes live people are scarier than the ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, I think people enjoy talking about their experiences, and they know that we've had experiences, so they kind of open up to us.
Right.
We definitely get noticed a lot more when we're together,
Sure.
as you know, and somebody will just stop us in Target or like in the mall and just say, hey, listen, I got a story to tell you, and we're like, okay.
And sometimes they're fascinating,
Yeah.
so we'd love to hear them, for sure.
For anyone who hasn't been hooked by the show, give us a little background on it.
Well, the idea is we like to go in and look for ghosts, which we did for years on Ghost Hunters.
Right.
But with Kindred Spirits, we like to provide resolution. So it's investigation and research heavy. So at the end, we like to tell people who is there, why they're there, and what they can do to kind of move them along if they want to.
Because it really is about closure for a lot of these folks,
Yes.
right?
Of course, it's not just going in and saying, yeah, this place is haunted and this is why we think it's haunted. It's this place is haunted and this person has a message or something to say, and this is why they're still around.
Right. And what do you think is the draw of the show? Is it the unknown? Is it the I need closure? There's someone around me that I need to know more about?
I think it's all of those things, plus people just like to get a little scared, you know? So I think that people have had so many experiences of their own. They like to watch the show and know that they're not crazy and kind of validate what they've been through. But then at the same time, it's spooky and it's fun to watch. And there's a whole story each episode that kind of unravels, so it's a mystery too.
Adam, you guys have been doing the show for a long time. Is there one place that you've gone that you're like, you know what? I think I'm just going to stay out of here?
Honestly, usually I would say no, there's no place, but this season there is a place, a location. We went to Waverly Hills, which, you know, a lot of people know about, and we had an experience there that kind of unnerved us. I mean, she had the craziest experience, and it was verified because I saw it, and there was a moment at the end of that case where we both were like, you know, we're gonna take a minute.
Right, maybe there won't be a season 4.
No, there will definitely be a season 4, hopefully. But I don't, you know, I don't know if it'll be back at Waverly anytime soon. That's an amazing episode, and I can't wait for people to see it.
New England has a rich history of hauntings, of ghosts. Have you found it more so here than other parts of the country?
Absolutely, that's why we're here. I mean, New England to ghost hunters is like Hollywood to actors.
It's like the Mecca.
Yes, and so that's how I ended up moving here from California, was all the ghosts and working here so often. So yes, definitely.
Yeah. And what do you think it is? Just the rich history that we have?
I think so. I think it's the history, and there's just something about New England, especially like in the fall and Halloween. It's the epitome of just kind of spookiness.
I think it's the #1 sports teams too. Right?
I mean,
Probably has a lot to do.
So that's exactly. That's all it is.
So what are some of the locations this season we have to look forward to?
Well, we did a lot of family cases because that's what people know us for. But this year we kind of switched it up, and we visited places that were close to us too, that we've developed relationships over the years with. So we were at Waverly Hills, which is a tuberculosis hospital, the Oddfellows compound in Missouri. We went to Villisca Axe Murder House in Iowa.
Sounds like fun, right?
Yeah,
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
You know, Gettysburg, I bet, would be amazing, right?
Yeah,
It's incredible.
We love it.
It's incredible. We've had experiences at Gettysburg. We've had personal experiences there, and we've been many times. So I mean, for a novice investigator who wants to have an experience, I mean, pick a place that you'd love to go to. Gettysburg is on the map as a place being haunted. I know it's not New England, but it's still a wonderful place, and you may have experiences.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say it's really one of those places that, first of all, it's incredible. It may make the hair stand up on your arms too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and I
for
think
sure.
we might be the first people there to be looking for a ghost that wasn't Civil War related.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. It's really
Hashtag
strange.
teaser.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
seriously. Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, that's great. Well, guys, I'm so so happy for your success, and thanks so much for joining us this morning. It really is a great show, and so many people do get hooked on watching it, and when they play marathons, you kind of like sit there and watch one right after the other, like everybody else.
We love that.
Yeah, that's always good to hear. So don't miss this spooky, chilling premiere this Thursday. Now, for more, you can head on over to Rhodeshow.com.